Hey guys, I'm about to go something they're going to be talking about my reaction to yesterday's Washington versus Cowboys game. And normally I would post these yesterday right after the game, but I was busy. I just didn't have time. I didn't really want to. And then today I woke up and I had school to do and all blah blah. This is as early as I could get it done. I'm recording this one and my weekly recap back to back. So I mean the grind is real. Not really. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. Finally. We got another win. I know I've been talking about how we need to tank, but it feels so good just to beat up on the Cowboys. We've hated them. Washington fans have for quite some time. And it feels good to, go out there and beat them. We beat them 25-3. And I'm starting to actually believe in Kyle Allen. I mean, I know it's a long shot, but, he's got the rest of the year to, get better. And he is only, 25 or something. He's still got 10 years left in him. So, I mean, he's been playing pretty well. I mean, with the offense he's gotten, he's, won us a game. He's got us pretty freaking close last week against the Giants. I mean, if he comes out of here and if we're 6-5 at one point, I mean, I would say maybe we, go into the draft looking for some type of. I think if he wins us the division, I think we should at least keep him around for next year. I know nobody else is gonna like that, but I think that might be the best decision. Maybe we draft a quarterback in the 4th or 5th round, but I think maybe in the first round we go for an O lineman, maybe. A wide receiver, something to help that offense out. It really needs a lot of help. And I was really, really excited, really disappointed in John Bostic for that hit. I don't have anything against Andy Dalton and the fact that he did that when we were already winning by a bunch. I think it was already 22-3 at that point. It really is just, it puts a, bad mark. That and Dustin Hopkins missing a field goal towards the end there, which really, it would have put us up 28-3, so it really didn't mean anything. But it's still, Dustin Hopkins is, in my opinion, one of the worst kickers in the league. He missed, I think he's 8 for 12 right now, and I do not trust him. If I'm watching a game and he goes out there to kick a field goal from past 40 yards, or really in the high 30s, I feel like we're going to miss it. I feel like we should only be kicking field goals when we're, right at the red zone from how badly just how terribly Dustin Hopkins has played. He lost us that game against the Vikings against the Giants whenever he missed that field goal. He missed a field goal in week 1, which we did win that game. He missed a field goal against the Rams that would have, I know it doesn't mean anything towards the end, but at halftime it would have been 20-13, and maybe if we would have had something to fight for at halftime, maybe we would have gone out there with more fire. Dustin Hopkins really might be one of the worst kickers in the league. We need to make a change. And again, that's something we can do this offseason. We can go through the offseason. We can go through this season with Kyle Allen, go in there. And then, kickers, that's not a stress. You can get the best kicker in the draft in the 7th round, probably. Really, you could draft any kicker right now, and he'd probably be better than how Dustin Hopkins has been playing. But, I'm pretty happy. I know I'm not talking too loudly. It's mainly because my window's open. I didn't know my window's open until I was 30 seconds into recording this. So if any of my neighbors can hear this, I'm sorry. But I don't care. Actually, I do. I don't care. Anyways, also Antonio Gibson had an amazing game. I think he had 100-something yard, his first 100-yard game of his career, hopefully of many, and a touchdown. Terry McLaurin also had a really big game. Our defense with 6 sacks, an interception, a forced fumble, and a safety. We are now the number 1 pass defense in the league. We are now the 4th overall defense. We are insane. We're not insane. Our defense has been playing really well, and like I'm telling you, if Kyle Allen goes out there and he gets better, because last year he played really well for the first couple of games and he collapsed. That could happen this year, but I don't see it happening. I think if we let him sit out there, and we have a bye week next week, and then we go into the next week, we're going up against the Giants at home this time with fans, and I think if he goes out there and he puts on anything close to how he did last week, and then we play the Lions, which is definitely winnable. We've seen what they've done against better teams, so that was going to be a tough game. I think we can win it. The Bengals, obviously, their offense really needs a lot of help, and with one of the best defenses in the league that we have, I think that's a winnable game. And then we go up against Dallas. So I think if we go out there and if we come out of this little stretch 5-6 or 6-5, and then of course we play the Steelers, we play the Seahawks, we play the 49ers, we play the Panthers. That is a stretch that I think will probably knock us out of the playoffs if we're not already out by then. And I mean, if he ends this season 7-9 or 8-8, or I think 7-9 or better, I think we take a chance on him next year. I think no matter what, unless we're 11-5 at the end of the season and he takes us, to the divisional round or something, I think there's no way that we don't draft some type of quarterback this. I don't care if it's a third round, 14th pick. Quarterback. I don't care. I think we need to get some type of quarterback on there just in case Kyle Allen comes out there next year. But I think if he comes out there and he takes us, okay, if 7-9 is not anything. If he takes us out there and we're .500 or higher at the end of the season, I think we should keep him around for next year at least. Because right now whenever he got this team, we were 1-3. If he goes out there and he wins 7 out of the, how many games do they left? 7 out of the 12, if he goes 7-5 or higher, I mean, I think we keep him around. And then if we build up this defense, again, like I said, he is a really young quarterback. He definitely does have, in my opinion, the skill set to become our passer of the future. I know a lot of people are going to say that I'm stupid and that he's just a placeholder, but I think right now if he goes out there and he keeps on performing, and he had a really good game this week, he had over 100 quarterback rating. If he does this stuff consistently, I know Dallas is one of the worst defenses in the league, but a terrible quarterback, looking at, even Dwayne Haskins, might not have been able to take advantage of that. And the fact that he could go out there and have a really good game against that and have such a dominant performance really shows that, he has potential, and he is young, and he is ready to develop, and he has taken this terrible offense and he is doing stuff with it. And if we give him a better offense and if we build up around him, I genuinely think that in 5 years this could still be Kyle Allen's team. Now the more possible outcome is he flops. Dallas is possibly the worst defense in the league. He flops, we go 5-11 and we end up drafting a quarterback in the first round with like the 7th pick. That is also a pretty good thing. I mean, you look, the Dolphins got Tua at 5th round. Just because we don't get Trevor Lawrence doesn't mean that there is not going to be options out there. I know last week I was preaching about how we should tank. Looking at it now, I do believe that, we could at least go out there and try. We should see what we have with the offense that we have. If Kyle Allen can take this terrible, disgusting offense that we have and do something with that, I know he's going to be carried by the defense a lot, but if we take Kyle Allen and he does .500 and we go into this offseason, we get like a receiving threat, and we stack our O-line, we do everything we can, I think that we seriously have a chance. Maybe we trade Dwayne Haskins. I'm still waiting because they're definitely going to make some big trade, and the trade deadline is only in a few days. So, I mean, they got to be doing something pretty quickly. But, so yeah, I definitely think that there is definitely hope for our future. I think definitely, I know I said it last week, and I know next year if I look back, I would rather see us with the number 1 overall pick than going to the playoffs and losing in the first round. But honestly, right now, I think that we should keep on trying to win because I do think that we have potential, and I do think that we should see what we have, we should see what we have looking, our next... I think our next 4 opponents, like I said, Giants, Lions, Bengals, Cowboys. If we can go out there and we can play really, really well against those teams, that shows that we are not that bad. And then we'll have another stretch where we play against really tough teams. And if we can hang in there with those really tough teams, and if we can, we play against the Steelers, who have possibly the best defense in the league. We play up against the Seahawks, who we just saw. They were undefeated until this last week, and they still, they took it to overtime. They put up a fight. If we can hang in there, I doubt we'll win. But if we can keep it if we can keep it a 1-score game in those games, I think that there's no doubt that Kyle Allen definitely can take this team places, especially with the way, you see Dallas. The rest of our division is kind of going down. We've now seen that Daniel Jones is a bust and they don't have any backup option. We've now seen that Carson Wentz isn't playing well. This Eagles team has a lot of injuries, obviously very injury prone, has a lot of problems. They're definitely on a downward slope. The Cowboys, we saw Ezekiel Elliott he has regressed heavily this season. Their defense has been playing terribly. I know and again, like the Eagles, a lot of injuries, but still, I think the other 3 teams in our division are probably going down. And then look at us. Obviously, we have Dwayne Haskins to fall back on if we need. Alex Smith obviously is healing up. He is he's knocking all the rust off. We definitely have him. Kyle Allen, obviously, we went out there and we dominated all over the Cowboys. I definitely think that we are in a position that we could go out here and win this division, go into the next draft, buff up our offense even farther, go out there next week and end up becoming a pretty dominant team, at least within our division, which right now, if we can, get significantly better this offseason, I think this can be our division by next year. And I know this is very optimistic Washington football team fan talk you're hearing in this video, but That is what this video is for. This isn't for objective reviews. I'm about to do a objective recap in this next video. I'm probably talk about how they're going to go 2-14, but you're going to see that in a second. This is me as a Washington football team talking about my hopes and dreams. And I think best case scenario is, I'm just going to, worst case scenario this season really is, I think in my opinion, worst case scenario is the Eagles step it up. I think the Eagles are definitely I think right now it's between us and the Eagles for a number one spot in this division. Maybe if Ben DiNucci, he had a couple big plays at the end of the last game, maybe he could do something with the Cowboys. And the Giants always, they don't sometimes have some good games, and I mean really only a few good games are needed to win this division at this point. So right now, but I do still think that it is really the Eagles or Washington right now in number one spot in this division. I think our worst case scenario is that we could go 10-6, right? And I know that's like, what you're gonna win 10-6, and the Eagles go in and they go 11-5. They go crazy. They win this division. I think our worst case scenario is we have a pretty good record and we lose a division. And by pretty good, I mean because right now it's looking like the 3 teams that lose the division are going to have a top 10 draft pick. I'm talking like we end up with like the 16th draft pick. That is our worst case scenario. Best case scenario, future-wise, is that we lose out and we draft Trevor Lawrence, and we go out there next year with a better quarterback, and we kind of do a Cardinals type situation. Probably what you look at the Cardinals right now, that's probably going to be Bengals next year. We kind of do that type of thing with Trevor Lawrence. Or best case right now situation is that we probably that we go 7-9 to 9-7. We probably get a couple tiebreakers with division wins to the end of the season. Maybe the Eagles are 9. I don't know. We win our division, we go into the playoffs, and we maybe possibly somehow do a big comeback and win a playoff game in the wild card round, and then I think we lose in the division. I think right now the best thing that could happen this season, I think the best thing that could happen to us this season right now is the divisional round appearance. That again would take a miracle. That is like, as a Washington fan, that's basically what I hope will happen. Again, that's 7-9 to 9-7. I have no doubt. I would not be surprised if the winner of the division is 6-10. Honestly, I would not be surprised at all. Or 6-10-1, 6-9-1. Who knows? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know I was talking pretty quietly, but again, my window was open, and I don't want my neighbors. I just moved into this house. I know it's been a few months, but whatever. They don't know me very well. I don't want their first impression of me just hearing me talking to my phone. I don't know. I'm not embarrassed to be on YouTube. But please go ahead if you like football. I do football content daily. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'd be really grateful if you went ahead and did that. And yeah, go ahead and follow all my socials. You'll find those in the description. And I hope to see you in the next one, which in fact I'm going to be recording right now. So you can go ahead and click on that video, probably on my profile picture. Or in my profile. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. In fact, I know I will see you in the next one. Or else.